guys, so I'm back again to do another video, and that's going to be for Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. I'm so happy that I finally read this book. Like, it's just been staring at me and plaguing me for like 6 months while I waited for Shadowhunter Academy to come out, and then it just took a while to actually get to reading them. And I wanted to read this in 2016, but I only finished it on the 2nd, which, like, I'm still happy. Like, this is a very chunky book. Like, I can't believe I actually did end up finishing this, but it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, had a lot of fun reading this, and just... I can't believe I'm back in the Shadowhunter world. I'm actually up to date with the fandom, and now I'm really excited for the next book, and I really want the Last Hours to happen, and the Wicked Powers I'm really excited for, because like the characters, some of the characters from this are in it, and I am like so down for what's going to happen in that. But anyway, today's video we are talking about Lady Midnight, not about the 100 other books that are in the Mortal Instrument series. I really enjoyed Lady Midnight. So many things were happening. It was so good, and just it felt so good having different characters than what we've like read before, and I just had a lot of fun reading this. I'll also tell you guys now that there will be spoilers in this video, just because there is a few things that I want to talk about, especially like with the two main characters that like wrecks me, but I'm very excited to get into it, so let's go. I have to say I really loved Emma as a character. She was just so cool, and I like the fact that we have the protagonist and she actually knows what she's doing. Like with Tessa and Clary, they came into the story not knowing anything about the Shadowhunter world, and it sort of took them the first book to really establish what they were doing and what everything was happening and what's going on. But Emma is a Shadowhunter, so she knows what's going on, and she is able to talk more in depth about the Shadowhunter world, which I really enjoyed, having like this more like detailed version of what you do. And Emma was so cool, and I loved how obsessed she was with Cortana, her sword, which was gems at one point, I'm pretty sure. Like, it was passed down the line of like family, but I really liked that. And she's so protective of Julian and all the siblings, and oh my god, I just loved her so much. It was so good. But I have to say, Julian was a great character. I loved him, and just the fact that him and Emma having this like forbidden relationship, like from the first page it was like his perspective. I'm just like, he loves her, because you can just tell, it's instant, like he loves her. And I feel like it takes Emma a bit longer, even though as you read the book it's sort of like established that she does love him from the beginning, but like she doesn't know what to do, he doesn't know what to do, so they kind of just get together and everything's all happening. But I really like Julian. He's like totally the dad of the group, like totally, and I mean like literally, like he does look after 4 children by himself. Like he started when he was 12 years old, and he has so much weight on his shoulders because he has to look after 4 siblings. 2 of his siblings are gone because they're Fae. His dad died, his mum died earlier, and just all he has in his life is Emma, really, that he's the only like bright part of his life. But Julian can handle so much shit, and I just love him so much. Like, he's just such a great character, and I really enjoyed him. I really liked too that we had a side character of Christina. Like, she was introduced to be sort of the female best friend, and I love that it wasn't like a hateful female relationship. Like, Emma and Christina were really good friends, and I really like Christina. And like, Christina had a pretty like bad thing happen to her, and that made her run away to the Institute in Los Angeles, because her boyfriend Diego and his brother Jeff, I'm really bad with names, I'm really sorry, but his brother wanted to be parabatai with Christina, and then Diego was going to be with her, but then there was like this whole big plot that they wanted to just overthrow her and her mother, and Christina was so heartbroken because she lost her lover and her best friend in the one day, in the one moment, and she left because she couldn't handle it. I actually really liked that Diego like came back into the story, and he was a Centurion, and then he's all there, and then Christina's like, bitch, go away, and he's like, Christina, I love you, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, but I love it. Onto the siblings though, is I love the fact that Mark came back. Like, it was so good. Like, he was in the Wild Hunt for like years, and he didn't age, so him and Julian are like the same age now. And Mark was such a great character, but he was like so weird sometimes, like with the fact that he was always using like the fairy expressions for things and always talking to like mundanes really weirdly, and it was like funny a lot of the time. But he has a lot of baggage and guilt inside him as well. And I also like the fact that he had like a boyfriend. Kieran was such a great character, and how they like always looked out for each other, and like they always had each other's back during the hunt. And I really like having so much diversity happening, like with Christina, because she's Mexican, and then Diego's Mexican as well, and everyone's just got all this going on, and I really enjoyed that. And having just the fact that like I really liked Kieran and Mark, and I don't think their relationship's going to continue now, because Mark and Emma are sort of, it's a lot of weird stuff going on with this book. But I really liked Mark. Livy and Ty were such great siblings. Like, they're 15 and they're twins, and I really enjoyed them. And I love the fact that Ty has autism. Like, it's not a good thing, but it's interesting having this like diversity in a Shadowhunter world where if you have a problem, they sort of hide you away. They don't want you seen. And Ty having autism, and the way that it was described and like done, it was so well done. Like, it really showed what it was, and how Livy always has her brother's back and Ty always has hers, and just their friendship and relationship is just so on point that they're nearly I can't say it at the moment. I have a problem at the moment. Parabatai. Livy wants to be Parabatai with Ty, but he doesn't want to because he wants to be a Centurion, and that was going to be a lot of issues for him, but their friendship is so great. I really like Drusilla as well, but I felt like she was sort of pushed to the back because she was only 13 and she sort of really didn't have a place she fit, and she had a lot of body images in the book, and I felt really bad for her. And I hope in the next book she's more of an involved character and more into the plot. Like, you can definitely tell all these siblings are different and have their own thoughts and feelings, and they're not just blending together with names. But sometimes it was just Drew kind of felt like she wasn't really a part of the book, and just saying Tabby was the cutest little baby ever. He's 7 years old and just the best thing in this book. I love Tabby so much, and he's so adorable, and he was always coming up with great ideas and just helping, and just Julian was such a dad to him, and I just loved like this whole like Blackthorn family context of them all being together and always having a lot of fun and doing a lot of good things. Like, they're just, their relationships are so good, and I just really enjoyed them. I really want Helen to come back into this book so that she can be with her family and see Mark and just not be prejudiced and exiled for being half Fae. Like, I want her back so that, you know, come back into this, girl. And I really like the fact that we got to see Magnus, Clary, Alec and all that going on, and you finally get to see Raphael, which is their son. I finally figured it out because I'm just like, they have another kid. They have Max and Raphael, so Max and Rafe, and I'm so excited. I just can't believe they have more children, but I really like that they were in the book as well. And the fact also with this book too is the whole big ploy of it is Emma wants to find out who killed her parents, and it's a big journey, and she's finding clues and figuring things out and finding out that it's not Sebastian. And then when you find out who it is, I was sort of shocked because it was like Malcolm, who was a character in the book that was always there being friendly to them, and he was just, you know, playing it up and being an asshole about it. But I really loved the fact that they like all came together to fight him and figure it out and got rid of him, and Emma like killed him. And what Malcolm was trying to do with dark magic and stuff was he wanted to raise his lover from the dead, because she was a Shadowhunter, and back in those times, because it was about 100 years ago, is that Shadowhunters and Downwarders weren't allowed to be together, so they like exiled her and locked her up and killed her, and then Malcolm never realized, and then everything like went to crap, man, like, to be honest. And Malcolm was so upset, and the fact that it didn't work, but sort of in the end Annabelle Lee is woken up, and I'm just like, ah, shit. So the book is left on a pretty bad cliffhanger, but like, that was just interesting having this big plot going on of them finding secrets and clues and everything. But I do feel like it was quite long, this book. Like, there was so much going on, and I feel like they probably didn't need to be that much in depth. Like, it could have been a bit quicker, like some things didn't have to be in the book, but still I'm happy with everything that's there. But the fact that this one was 670 pages is crazy for a first book. Like, oh my god. But the second one is going to be like 704 pages, so it's not too much of a bigger book, but it's still going to be big, so like, I'm excited for that, and sort of excited, but not really, but yeah. And oh my god, I love that they found the lost Herondale, like Tobias's thing that Katrina did in the Shadowhunters Academy, where she like saved his son, and through the generations I find out that it's Kit, and I'm thinking like it's going to be Kit and Ty. They're going to be the relationship in the Wicked Powers, because they said there's going to be 2 gay protagonists, and I'm just like, give me it. I'm so excited. But I really love Kit and the fact that he's a Shadowhunter, and I feel like he's going to become a bigger character in this story world as well, and that's going to be really interesting. And just saying, another thing I just forgot to talk about really quickly is the fact that Diana, to me, felt so shady throughout this book. Like, she is the tutor to all the Shadowhunters in the Institute, and she kept going away on long trips and just being very vague, and then she was there at the end with Malcolm, and then she's all like, no, I'm here to help destroy him. So there's something going on with her. Like, I don't think she's a bad guy, but there's something weird going on there that she's a part of that's just going on, and I don't know what it is, but it's like confusing me a lot, you know, like a lot. But now I really want to talk about something that's been the biggest aspect of this book, is the relationship that Emma and Julian have, even though they're parabate. The rules of Shadowhunter is that you can't love your parabatai in a romantic way. You can't make babies with them, you can't marry them, you can't like love them. It's only a platonic friendship relationship. But Emma and Julian have both felt this romantic love since they were children, and they became parabatai because Julian didn't want Emma to leave and Emma just wanted to stay, and they just decided to have this like with them. But I love the fact that this was like such a big forbidden love story, because parabatai can't actually be in love. Their bond becomes so strong that their magic, like their runes and magic, just becomes like a warlock's, and they just go crazy from the power and they just end up killing everyone and themselves. So it's like, yeah, don't think they can be together, but maybe if they like break the runes or something, like stopping parabatai, or one of them becomes a vampire or something, like they need to break this bond. And I know that's really sad. It's probably sad, and some people would probably think that's where most of the love comes from, but I don't think so, because they loved each other beforehand, and even though this bond can break, I still think they will like keep loving each other. So I feel like it's going to be the end game to make sure that they get together, because at the moment it doesn't seem very likely. Like, what is with Cassandra Clare and doing these things? Like, first, you know, they're brother and sister, and now it's bloody this, and then there's that, and it's just like, just stop killing me. I need the relationships to be like good. And I just absolutely love them. I think they're so perfect for each other. But the funniest thing is, like, the minute that they sort of like delve into that territory is like Emma's just drowned and Julian saves her, and then they just have sex on the beach, and I'm just like, what is going on? Why are they doing an Emperor of Storms, man? Because like this has happened in 2 books now, and I'm just like, why are people doing it on the beach where it's really like uncomfortable and sticky and wet and sandy and anyone could walk past and see? And I'm just like, what is going on? But I actually gotta say though, I really enjoy it in books when the sex sort of gets done early on, like it just gets out of the way. Like even if sometimes characters just have a one night stand, like it's just the fact that they've gone into that territory of a relationship that just makes me excited, because like Julian had never been with someone before, but Emma had, so she was okay. So there wasn't a lot of that thing with the guy, how he's always like, are you sure? Are you absolutely sure? Or there's just crap going on that always keeps stopping it. But I was just like, I like it in some senses and some that I'm okay with, but just this book did it so well, and just every moment they had together, it was so good. And like the parts where Julian was always like, oh, I can't love you, and then he comes back, and then at the end where Emma's just like, I can't love you, because she's trying to protect him from the fact that they will go crazy and die, you know, in the end. But oh my god, I just can't believe that at the end how she's like to Mark, we have to pretend we're dating, and he's all like, bitch, why should we pretend? And I'm just like, everything's going on. This book was just so good, and so much was going on, and just I loved everything. And this video has been going for a while, so I'll probably end it now, but this book was just so good. Everyone needs to read it, but you need to read all the Shadowhunter books. But anyway guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!